Hello, this is Mandy. Thank you so much for joining me here today on my channel, Connect Yoga with Mandy. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. If you haven't, please hit subscribe to my channel, like this video if this is something that serves you, so that others may get a chance to feel the love. Anyway, thanks so much again. We'll go ahead and get started. So if you'll sit up with me in easy pose, whatever position here is feeling good for you in your body at this time, making sure to sit up nice and tall in the spine. Let's take a few deep breaths. Begin to just settle in space, maybe lightly placing your hands on your knees. And when you're ready, closing your eyes. Feeling your energy begin to settle. And just allowing the outside world to temporarily fall away. Allowing yourself this time for some self-connection, self-care. And bringing your attention to your breath. Noticing the expansion on the inhale, the contraction on the exhale. The inflow of the breath and the outflow. Breathing in life force energy and breathing out that which no longer serves. Let's take 3 big, deep belly breaths, breathing long, slow, deep breath in through the nose, filling the belly, feeling that expansion. And release through the mouth. We'll do that 2 more times. And once more. Really breathing out all the air. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Once again, sitting up nice and tall through the spine, reaching the crown of the head towards the sky, and feeling the sit bones making contact with the earth. Let's take our gaze to the right and back to center and to the left and back to center, to the right once again and back to center and to the left and center, reaching the arms up to the sky, taking your gaze up to the sky, really feeling that stretch and bringing the fingertips down to the earth on either side of you. Let's take right ear to right shoulder, reaching up with the right fingertips and placing them on the top of the head, reaching those left fingers towards the earth and feeling that nice stretch through the left side of your neck. and release. Fingertips back to the earth and left ear, left shoulder. And reaching those right fingertips towards the earth. Let's reach the arms up once again. And we'll go left hand, right knee. Reaching back behind the body with your right hand. And just gazing over the right shoulder for a nice upper body twist. Release head, neck, shoulders, arms up and opposite side. Right hand, left knee, reaching back and taking a nice twist. And release head, neck, shoulders, and coming back up. All right, we can make our way to tabletop. Stacking your wrists beneath your shoulders and stacking your knees beneath your hips. Feet flat on the mat. Fingers are spread nice and wide. And let's take a few rounds of cat and cow. So dropping the belly towards the earth, pressing through your fingers, all 10 fingers, reaching the crown of the head towards the sky, and rounding into cat. Rounding the spine, pressing up through your fingers, and release. Taking a few rounds of cat and cow, connecting breath to movement throughout the practice, taking long, slow, deep breaths in and out of your nose, connecting that breath to movement. And coming back to a nice straight spine, we'll balance the tabletop here. So we're going to take our right hand out long, left leg out long, fingertips pointing towards ahead of you and toes pointing towards the earth. And we'll lift up just slightly and we'll round our back and bring elbow to knee 3 times. 3, 2, 1. Coming back out, we're going to take a bend to the left leg and we're going to reach our right arm back for swan. So reaching up, opening through the chest, pressing that foot into your hand, feeling the opening in the chest and the shoulder and the left hip flexor. And release. Then we'll go to the opposite side, balancing tabletop here, left hand, right foot, reaching up and rounding 3 times. 3, 2, get a little core work in here, and reaching up for swan. Foot goes up and pressing. Beautiful. Releasing hand and knee back down to the mat. We'll take our big toes to touch and opening our knees out nice wide to the edges of the mat and dropping back onto your heels. Now we'll slowly walk our hands forward and coming into extended child's pose. So allowing your shoulders to reach forward and open, forehead to the mat, chest to the mat, finding that comfortable position here and just allowing your body to melt. And from here, we'll thread the needle, reaching up with the right hand and sneaking that underneath the left shoulder and taking your right ear and right shoulder to the mat and reaching forward with your left arm. Option here to take that left arm around the back for a bind and just tuck your fingertips in around your right thigh. And bringing the left hand back towards the cheek and pressing up. We'll do that on the opposite side. So we're going to bring our right hand to the mat, reaching up with the left and sneaking that left arm beneath the right shoulder, bringing left elbow, left shoulder, and left cheek to the mat, reaching forward with the right hand. Once again, option to bind. And bring your right hand back towards your cheek, pressing up. We're going to make our way back to tabletop. So hands forward, coming up on our knees, bringing the knees back. Only this time we're going to tuck all 10 toes and we're going to press up into our first downward facing dog. Taking a little time here in your first downward dog, maybe take a little movement that feels good in your body. Maybe pedaling out the feet, pressing through all 10 fingers, maybe coming up on all 10 toes here. Feeling that stretch in the toes and feeling the grounding in all 10 fingertips. Slowly bringing the heels back towards earth as far as will work in your body. Maybe walk the dog here. Or maybe even find a few moments of stillness. And taking your gaze between your hands, we're going to lift up on our right foot and we're going to step our right foot behind our right thumb. And we're setting up for warrior one. So our hips are a nice even distance. Our feet are hip distance apart, I meant. And we're going to take a 45-degree angle on our back foot. So our back foot is angled. I'm going to press into both feet and lift all the way up, coming into warrior one. Arms come up, shoulders down away from the ears. And a nice 90-degree bend in that front leg. We can bring our palms together, pointing our pointer fingers and thumbs towards the sky and interlacing the rest of our fingertips. Taking a bend in the elbows and bringing our thumbs to the back of the head and taking our gaze up and feeling a nice back bend here. Bringing the fingertips back up, releasing the hands and bringing the arms back behind the body, interlacing our fingers for a chest expansion, pressing down towards the earth and opening up through the chest, taking our gaze towards the sky. And releasing the hands, bringing the arms back up. Now from here, we're going to move into a standing staff. Excuse me. Probably should put my hair up. So we're going to put our weight into our right front foot, and we're going to bring our left foot up And just bringing our knee in front of us and balancing here. Maybe wrapping your hands around your knee. And from here, you have the option to join me in airplane pose. So we're going to take our hands, arms out nice and wide. And we're going to begin moving that left foot back and kicking the leg straight out and bending forward into airplane pose. Slight bend in the right knee and gazing forward. And we'll bring that left foot back down, back into warrior one. Very nice. Placing our hands on the mat on either side of our right front foot. Let's step our left foot back and come back once again into downward facing dog. Now we're going to take our gaze between our hands and we're going to step forward for ragdoll. So keeping a nice generous bend in your knees, resting your torso on your thighs, allowing your head and neck to hang natural. Opposite hand, opposite elbow. And resting here for a moment, maybe taking a little bit of movement that feels good here, feeling that opening in the hamstrings, making some space in the spine. Maybe rocking back and forth here. Maybe coming up a little off your thighs and bending one knee and straightening the other. And dropping your hands to behind your ankles. Let's take a nice forward fold. And slowly rise up to mountains. Nice and slow. One vertebrae at a time. Pressing those feet into the earth, feeling grounded. Engaging your legs, feeling the kneecaps lift as you engage your thighs. Engaging the glutes. Engaging the core. Take a roll of the shoulders back, down, away from the ears. Pointing fingertips towards the earth, palms face forward, reaching the crown of the head towards the sky. And we'll bring palms up, taking our gaze towards the heaven, palms together. Let's take a side crescent to the right and straight back to center and crescent to the left and back to center, and we'll forward fold and come up to a halfway lift, pointing the crown of the head towards the sky, bringing your hands to your shins, and coming back down, planting our hands, we'll step back to high plank and upward and into downward dog once again. Now we're going to lift up on our left foot and step our left foot behind our left thumb. Setting up for warrior one on this side, 45-degree angle on your back foot. Slowly rising up, arms up, shoulders down away from the ears. Nice strong warrior one. Bringing palms together for arrow mudra, pointing fingertips, pointer fingers and thumbs towards the sky, taking a bend in your elbows, bringing the thumbs behind the head, and taking your gaze towards the sky. Releasing back up, reaching the arms overhead once again, and releasing the arms down behind your back for a chest expansion. So we're taking our palms together, pressing towards the earth, opening up through the chest, taking the gaze high. And releasing arms up once again. We'll go into standing staff with our right knee up. We can wrap our fingers around our right knee and finding your balance. Finding a point in front of you, a drishti, to focus your gaze. And when you're ready, bringing your arms out to the side and moving back into airplane pose. Very nice. Dropping that right foot back and coming back once again to a nice strong warrior one. And bringing your hands down to the mat. We'll step back once again into downward facing dog. Now from downward facing dog, we're going to step our feet to the outsides of our hands and place them at 45-degree angle. We're coming down into Malasana or garland pose. Bringing your hips down if you need to place a block or a blanket beneath you here. Feel free to do that. I like to place the elbows inside the knees, palms together, prayer position, lifting up on the chest and opening up through the hips here, just relaxing into this pose for a few moments. Option to stay here, or at this point, if you'd like to challenge yourself with an arm balance, you can move into crow pose. To do crow pose, we're going to take our hands out nice and wide, placing our palms, fingers spread, onto the mat, and coming up slightly, pressing the backs of your knees into the backs of your arms, and coming up to balance. Dropping your head. Whatever works for you. And we'll make our way down to a seat. Soles of the feet pressing into the mat. Coming back and setting up here for boat pose. So finding that comfortable position on your sit bones and just bringing up one foot and then the other. And coming to low boat if that works for you. And back up. And we'll put our feet back down on the mat and make our way slowly back down to the mat. All the way down, setting up for bridge, rolling the shoulders back, down your back, palms pressing into the mat, walking your feet back towards your glutes, taking a tuck of the chin towards the chest, and lifting up through the hips. Option here to bring your shoulders closer together and beneath you and bind the hands. And releasing the hips towards the mat just to a hover. And coming up once again. Releasing the bind if you have it. And allowing the hips to come all the way back to the mat. Bringing knees to chest. Give yourself a nice little hug here. Wrapping the arms around the knees. Maybe rock back and forth. And bringing the head back to the mat. Feeling the entire length of the spine grounding into the mat. We're going to lift our legs, bringing our knees towards our armpits and setting up for happy baby. So grasping onto your ankles, whatever's accessible for you here. Your feet, maybe peace fingers wrap around big toes. And take some movement that feels good for you here. Maybe rock back and forth, massaging the lower back. And setting ourselves up for our final resting pose, Savasana. And releasing the feet and allowing the legs to come out nice and long on the mat. Feet fall open. Your legs are a nice comfortable distance apart. Roll the shoulders down your back. Palms come to the floor for grounding, up for energy. Your arms are a comfortable distance away from the body. And allowing yourself to release, to let go. Let go of any control over your breathing and allow your body just to return to its natural rhythm. Releasing tension in the forehead, releasing tension in your jaw, releasing tension in your shoulders. Once again, returning to your breath, not changing the breath, not altering it in any way, just focusing on the inhale and the exhale. Slowly begin wiggling your fingers and wiggling your toes and bringing your attention back to the body. And when you're ready, rolling onto your side and using your arm as a pillow. Taking a moment here to reflect on the practice, reflect on the coming together of body, mind, and soul, making that connection with yoga, feeling gratitude and appreciation for the practice, and bringing that gratitude and appreciation to your own heart. And thanking yourself and appreciating yourself for taking this time for self-care. And when you're ready, slowly coming to a seat. I hope this practice has served you as you move throughout your day. May you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your heart. From my heart to yours, namaste.